Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Arga Sakti Indra Gunawan. I'm from English Education 2017, Jenderal Soedirman University. Now, I'm going to do a site interpreting for final test interpreting subject. Okay, let's do this. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The new normal discourse scenarios in college. The number of cases of coronavirus has not decreased. The World Health Organization, or WHO, reported that on Wednesday, 20 May, there had been the largest increase in the number of daily cases, more than 100,000 cases worldwide, since the outbreak began in Wuhan at the end of December 2019. The economic impact resulting from this pandemic caused economic growth only 2.97% in the first quarter of 2020, even though the first case of coronavirus disease was only announced on March 2, 2020. Even though the number of cases has not decreased and sees the long-stalled economic activity, the government finally chose the new normal discourse scenario. This scenario focuses on changing the culture of the community to behave in a healthy life in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, or can be said to adapt to COVID-19. The government hopes that the new normal scenario can keep people productive amid the inevitable risk of corona outbreaks by implementing strict health protocols. Some sectors will be reopened, such as education sector, especially universities. Okay, we're going to the second text. Pessimistic scenario. Based on research conducted by the McKinsey Global Institute, the COVID-19 pandemic has several impacts, ranging from teaching and learning process, lectures, to the financial condition of tertiary institutions. In the pessimistic scenario, online learning will be carried out until 2021. Most students will complete the semester's lectures online, and graduation will be done virtually or without formal ceremonial. Then, a significant shift occurred in online learning, which is certainly a big challenge for universities. Appropriate online learning standards need to be developed by universities to be able to facilitate consumer needs. In this case, students. In addition, lecturers who are not ready for learning are required to give more effort to be technology literate and to be creators of creative educational content. This certainly takes time, which was initially allocated for research in the context of increasing the scholarly productivity of higher education. In financial terms, as stated by the chairperson of the Indonesian Private Higher Education Association, Budi Sujatmiko, especially private universities or PTS perguruan tinggi swasta are the most affected tertiary educational institutions, because most PTS revenues come from student funds. The late payment was due to the financial difficulties of most parents of students in the middle of the pandemic. Okay, next to the third text. A few steps to answer the challenges in the midst of a pandemic and prepare a new normal college scenario, some steps that can be taken by universities include 1. Form a task force team as a nerve center. The formation of a work team that focuses on the responsibilities of certain fields can help leaders of educational institutions to plan and manage responses to COVID-19. The work team's responsibilities cover four parts. First, analyzing campus conditions in general and online learning in particular. Second, focus on what is urgent to do. It needs to be decided what needs to be done quickly to respond to consumer needs. Third, focus on designing portfolio of actions, both short and long term, with the pragmatic operating model to clarify the plans and actions. Fourth, convey plans and respond to responses flexibly and efficiently. In order to increase the effectiveness of the formation of this work team, it is necessary to do tracing what the team is doing, when and by whom. Meetings between team members are carried out intensively and efficiently as possible in order to respond and to challenges in the field. Okay, next is 2. Paying attention to the needs of students, lecturers, and financial security. Universities need to pay attention to the needs needed by students, such as optimizing online-based education standards. Students need an interesting online learning experience, so universities need to provide educational content that is able to increase the interest and curriculum of the courses taken. In addition, lecturers need to be supported to be able to continue research, because scholarly productivity reflects the performance of universities, which have a high weighting by 60% of all indicators. In ranking world-class tertiary institutions, namely Times Higher Education and quarterly Siemens rank, in addition to research, lecturers need to be supported to be able to conduct effective online teaching, and even if training is provided to become an educational content creator. Then, finally, universities need to see how the financial condition of institution in the midst of an online learning system. Given the ongoing uncertainty in the midst of the COVID-19 outbreak, universities need to carry out various scenarios to encourage financial security. The scenario needs to look at the core competencies of the university. For example, by establishing paid online courses whose fees can be university income, or it could be establishing a consulting business that works closely with industry. Okay, the last text. 3. Focus on enrolling new students and the teaching process of the next academic year. Seeing the time of registration of new students is getting closer, educational institutions need to do planning in the next school year by establishing a common center to manage student activities, and especially as an information center for students who have the potential to not register, such as international students and lower income students. The Common Center is expected to be the vanguard of information needed by students. In addition to optimizing information centers, universities must also be able to answer the challenges of how to be able to provide significant changes to the current teaching model into teaching that is more flexible, measurable, low cost, and most importantly, interesting. Mapping potential. In order to be able to answer various challenges in this pandemic, universities leaders need to map potential damage and find alternative solutions with various scenarios to solve the problem. Short-term and long-term planning is needed so that universities continue to show productivity in the midst of this pandemic and be able to accommodate consumer needs. Thus, it is expected that universities will be able to present effective new normal scenarios to support the productivity of the education sector. Okay, that's all for me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.